Hi everybody, I want to talk a little bit about how to use the library database EbscoHost. You're going to have to use this resource during week 6, and I want to give you a little bit of an orientation to it and show you some tips for navigating this successfully. When you are trying to get to the library, it's important that you either go through a link that your instructors provided. There should be a link to the library on the left of your Canvas navigation, and you can also always get there through the link on the COD homepage. The library has a lot of resources, but what we're looking for is electronic databases. And then for this week's work, we're looking for EbscoHost. And then just choose EbscoHost Web on the left side. There's a mobile version as well. And then once you're within EBSCO, you have to choose which of the databases you want it to search. And each of them gives the title, tells you a little description about what types of resources can be found there, journals, magazines, newspapers. And if you want to know more, you can always click on the more information link, and you can also click on the title list to see what publications that specific database covers. For this assignment, I'm just going to select Academic Search Premier, and I'm going to hit Continue. And then because I know from this week's reading that I need to find an article related to the essay by Sophia Bratu, I'm going to pull up her article, and I'm going to see, I'm just sort of picking a name randomly. I'm going to see if I can find an article by Alan Gerber in EBSCO, and I'm just going to type Gerber's name and see what happens to get started. And I got lucky. I can actually see this is the right Alan Gerber just based on the fact that these articles are all about voting, and that's what Gerber's writing about in the article that Bratu cites here. So I've already got a pretty good list of things I can start looking at. One thing I do want to alert you to is the importance of choosing full text. That way you're only getting articles that you can actually access and read. Many of the sources here are simply abstracts, which is just a very short summary of an article and isn't really going to give you enough information to read and research. So make sure you're choosing that full text option. When you get into an article in EbscoHost, sometimes the article will be listed just as text, and you'll scroll through that article. Other times you'll want to be over on the left and click on the PDF full text, which will take you to an actual image of that article as it appeared in the original publication. You can print that, you can download it. There's various things you can do. You can always get back to your list in the upper left corner by going to Result List. I'm going to go back into this same article, and I want to make sure everybody knows about this Cite tool over on the right side. If you click on that, it is going to take you to an MLA Works Cited entry. Super easy to copy that, paste it into your paper. You'll have to make a few formatting changes, make sure it's double spaced, but you shouldn't have to hand type out any works cited entry when you're using the databases. Just make sure you scroll. A lot of students just grab the first one they see, but that's not correct. And as you'll see, there's lots of different citation formats, but for this essay we're using MLA. So that's just a really quick way to access EbscoHost. It has lots of other features. You can change the database. You can specify that you want it to find somebody by author. You could also specify that you want to find somebody, an author and a specific article. You can again always click full text. If you've been told to make your research recent, you can limit the year or the month, and be as specific as you've been instructed. So really the best way to learn about using the databases is to just play with them and see what you can find and give yourself time to explore.